सदा क्षान्तिमूर्तिं सदा दान्तिमूर्तिं सदा सत्यमूर्तिं प्रमाणप्रवृत्तिं दिशान्तं सुकीर्तिं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे इदं पञ्चकं यः पठेत् शुद्धचित्तः सदा मोक्षमार्गे नितान्तं प्रवृत्तः प्रसादात् स शास्तुर्भवे ज्ञानयुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवे नित्यमुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवेत् नित्यमुक्तः। सदा स्मेरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं स्थिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रं सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायाक्तवस्त्रं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे परब्रह्मनिष्ठं स्वतो धर्मनिष्ठम् अहिंसैकनिष्ठं स्वशिष्यै सुजुष्टम् यतीनां वरिष्ठं गुरूणां गरिष्ठं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सुशास्त्रे चरन्तं सदा सञ्चरन्तं जनान् बोधयन्तं भवादुद्धरन्तं मठां स्थापयन्तं गुरून् पूजयन्तं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे कलानां प्रचारं दधानं विनम्रं स्वयं ग्रन्थकारं सदा मानितारं नमत्तापहारं स्वयं निर्विकारं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सदा शान्तिमूर्तिं सदा क्षान्तिमूर्तिं सदा दान्तिमूर्तिं सदा सत्यमूर्तिं प्रमाणप्रवृत्तिं दिशान्तं सुकीर्तिं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे इदं पञ्चकं यः पठेत् शुद्धचित्तः सदा मोक्षमार्गे नितान्तं प्रवृत्तः प्रसादात् स शास्तुर्भवे ज्ञानयुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवे नित्यमुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवेत् नित्यमुक्तः। सदा स्मेरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं स्थिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रम् सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायाक्तवस्त्रं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे परब्रह्मनिष्ठं स्वतो धर्मनिष्ठम् अहिंसैकनिष्ठं स्वशिष्यै सुजुष्टम् यतीनां वरिष्ठं गुरूणां गरिष्ठं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सुशास्त्रे चरन्तं सदा सञ्चरन्तं जनान् बोधयन्तं भवादुद्धरन्तं मठां स्थापयन्तं गुरून् पूजयन्तं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे कलानां प्रचारं दधानं विनम्रम् स्वयं ग्रन्थकारं सदा मानितारम् नमत्तापहारं स्वयं निर्विकारम् दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सदा शान्तिमूर्तिं सदा क्षान्तिमूर्तिं सदा दान्तिमूर्तिं सदा सत्यमूर्तिं प्रमाणप्रवृत्तिं दिशान्तं सुकीर्तिं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे इदं पञ्चकं यः पठेत् शुद्धचित्तः सदा मोक्षमार्गे नितान्तं प्रवृत्तः प्रसादात् स शास्तुर्भवे ज्ञानयुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवे नित्यमुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवे नित्यमुक्तः। सदा स्मेरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं स्थिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रम् सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायाक्तवस्त्रम् दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे परब्रह्मनिष्ठं स्वतो धर्मनिष्ठम् अहिंसैकनिष्ठं स्वशिष्यै सुजुष्टम् यतीनां वरिष्ठं गुरूणां गरिष्ठं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सुशास्त्रे चरन्तं सदा सञ्चरन्तं जनान् बोधयन्तं भवादुद्धरन्तं मठां स्थापयन्तं गुरून् पूजयन्तं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे कलानां प्रचारं दधानं विनम्रं स्वयं ग्रन्थकारं सतां मानितारम् नमत्तापहारं स्वयं निर्विकारं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सदा शान्तिमूर्तिं सदा क्षान्तिमूर्तिं सदा दान्तिमूर्तिं सदा सत्यमूर्तिं प्रमाणप्रवृत्तिं दिशान्तं सुकीर्तिं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे इदं पञ्चकं यः पठेत् शुद्धचित्तः सदा मोक्षमार्गे नितान्तं प्रवृत्तः प्रसादात् स शास्तुर्भवे ज्ञानयुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवे नित्यमुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवेत् नित्यमुक्तः सदा स्मेरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं स्थिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रम् सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायाक्तवस्त्रम् दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे परब्रह्मनिष्ठं स्वतो धर्मनिष्ठम् अहिंसैकनिष्ठं स्वशिष्यै सुजुष्टम् सुशास्त्रे चरन्तं सदा सञ्चरन्तं जनान् बोधयन्तं भवादुद्धरन्तं मठां स्थापयन्तं गुरून् पूजयन्तं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे कलानां प्रचारं दधानं विनम्रं स्वयं ग्रन्थकारं सतां मानितारं नमत्तापहारं स्वयं निर्विकारं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सदा शान्तिमूर्तिं सदा क्षान्तिमूर्तिं सदा दान्तिमूर्तिं सदा सत्यमूर्तिं प्रमाणप्रवृत्तिं दिशान्तं सुकीर्तिं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे इदं पञ्चकं यः पठेत् शुद्धचित्तः सदा मोक्षमार्गे नितान्तं प्रवृत्तः प्रसादात् स शास्तुर्भवे ज्ञानयुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवे नित्यमुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवेत् नित्यमुक्तः सदा स्मेरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं स्थिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रं सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायाक्तवस्त्रं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे परब्रह्मनिष्ठं स्वतो धर्मनिष्ठम् अहिंसैकनिष्ठं स्वशिष्यै सुजुष्टम् यतीनां वरिष्ठं गुरूणां गरिष्ठं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सुशास्त्रे चरन्तं सदा सञ्चरन्तं जनान् बोधयन्तं भवादुद्धरन्तं मठां स्थापयन्तं गुरून् पूजयन्तं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे कलानां प्रचारं दधानं विनम्रं स्वयं ग्रन्थकारं शान्तिमूर्तिं सदा क्षान्तिमूर्तिं सदा दान्तिमूर्तिं सदा सत्यमूर्तिं प्रमाणप्रवृत्तिं दिशान्तं सुकीर्तिं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे इदं पञ्चकं यः पठेत् शुद्धचित्तः सदा मोक्षमार्गे नितान्तं प्रवृत्तः प्रसादात् स शास्तुर्भवे ज्ञानयुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवे नित्यमुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवेत् नित्यमुक्तः। सदा स्मेरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं स्थिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रं सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायाक्तवस्त्रं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे परब्रह्मनिष्ठं स्वतो धर्मनिष्ठम् अहिंसैकनिष्ठं स्वशिष्यै सुजुष्टम् यतीनां वरिष्ठं गुरूणां गरिष्ठं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सुशास्त्रे चरन्तं सदा सञ्चरन्तं जनान् बोधयन्तं भवादुद्धरन्तं मठां स्थापयन्तं गुरून् पूजयन्तं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे कलानां प्रचारं दधानं विनम्रं स्वयं ग्रन्थकारं सतां मानितारम् नमत्तापहारं स्वयं निर्विकारं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सदा शान्तिमूर्तिं सदा क्षान्तिमूर्तिं सदा दान्तिमूर्तिं सदा सत्यमूर्तिं प्रमाणप्रवृत्तिं दिशान्तं सुकीर्तिं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे इदं पञ्चकं यः पठेत् शुद्धचित्तः सदा मोक्षमार्गे नितान्तं प्रवृत्तः प्रसादात् स शास्तुर्भवे ज्ञानयुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवे नित्यमुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवेत् नित्यमुक्तः। सदा स्मेरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं स्थिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रम् सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायाक्तवस्त्रं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे परब्रह्मनिष्ठं स्वतो धर्मनिष्ठम् अहिंसैकनिष्ठं स्वशिष्यै सुजुष्टम् यतीनां वरिष्ठं गुरूणां गरिष्ठं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सुशास्त्रे चरन्तं सदा सञ्चरन्तं जनान् बोधयन्तं भवादुद्धरन्तं मठां स्थापयन्तं गुरून् पूजयन्तं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे कलानां प्रचारं दधानं विनम्रं स्वयं ग्रन्थकारं सतां मानितारम् नमत्तापहारं स्वयं निर्विकारं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सदा शान्तिमूर्तिं सदा क्षान्तिमूर्तिं सदा दान्तिमूर्तिं सदा सत्यमूर्तिं प्रमाणप्रवृत्तिं दिशान्तं सुकीर्तिं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे इदं पञ्चकं यः पठेत् शुद्धचित्तः सदा मोक्षमार्गे नितान्तं प्रवृत्तः प्रसादात् स शास्तुर्भवे ज्ञानयुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवे नित्यमुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवेत् नित्यमुक्तः। सदा स्मेरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं स्थिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रम् सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायाक्तवस्त्रम् दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे परब्रह्मनिष्ठं स्वतो धर्मनिष्ठम् अहिंसैकनिष्ठं स्वशिष्यै सुजुष्टम् यतीनां वरिष्ठं गुरूणां गरिष्ठं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सुशास्त्रे चरन्तं सदा सञ्चरन्तं जनान् बोधयन्तं भवादुद्धरन्तं मठां स्थापयन्तं गुरून् पूजयन्तं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे कलानां प्रचारं दधानं विनम्रम् स्वयं ग्रन्थकारं सतां मानितारम् नमत्तापहारं स्वयं निर्विकारम् दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे सदा शान्तिमूर्तिं सदा क्षान्तिमूर्तिं सदा दान्तिमूर्तिं सदा सत्यमूर्तिं प्रमाणप्रवृत्तिं दिशान्तं सुकीर्तिं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे इदं पञ्चकं यः पठेत् शुद्धचित्तः सदा मोक्षमार्गे नितान्तं प्रवृत्तः प्रसादात् स शास्तुर्भवे ज्ञानयुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवे नित्यमुक्तः स जीवन्मृतो वा भवेत् नित्यमुक्तः सदास्मि
Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Chaitanyam Sarvagam Sarvam Sarvabhuta Guhashayam Yat Sarva Vishayatitam Tasmai Sarva Vide Namaha. Continuing from the verse 23. Bhavatu va janma yasya kasyapi. The janma is being discussed here. That there is no janma. This was the conclusion that the teacher or author is drawing here. But bhavatu va, let there be janma or birth, yasya kasyapi. Whether the Dvaitam, whatever may have birth. So whether the creation is born or not birth, there is birth of the universe or not, or Dvaitam, discuss there is no birth, but let it be. Name Brahma Bhutasya Kachit Kshatihi Vidhirva. But then the creation of the universe does not create any increase in me, or Uchcheda, or this, the dissolution does not create any loss in me, there is no growth or decay. No gain or loss in me, regardless of what happens to the universe, whether it is born, not born. Therefore, the verse 23 says, Atha vipetya vibhavantavechataha brabhimi narthastava cheshtitena me Nahana vruddhi nayatasvato sataha Bhavonyato va yadi vastitatayoh. Atha abhyupetyapi bhavam tava icchataha. Looks like you desire that there should be creation bhava. All right, accepting that. Brabhimi, then still I am telling you. Tava chestitena menarthaha. Even then, your activity has no meaning to me. Nahana vruddhi, there is no growth, decay or growth. Nayataha svataha asataha, from sat or asat, there is no growth, hani or vruddhi. Bhavaha anyatova, whether there is bhavaha or there is creation or not, birth or not, universe or not, samsara or not, yadiva astitatayoho, whether they are not. The Tikakara explains, manasas chestitena atmana narthasti iti. Says, brahmaminarthas tava chestitena me. So even if you accept that there is bhava or the birth as you want, then also it doesn't make any difference to me. Etat prapanchayati, that is being explained here. Nahana vruddhi mestaha yojyam. So even if there is creation, bhava, birth or not, then there is no hana vruddhi. Hana means loss, vruddhi means gain. Kuta, how come? न यतः स्वतः असतः यतः यस्माद् विका फ्रॉम सत् आत्मनि अविद्यमानस्य सतः आत्मनि अविद्यमानस्य हानस्य वृद्धेर्वा भव उद्भवः स्वतः अन्यतो वा हेत्वन्तरद्वा न संभवति इति योजना यतः यस्माद् बिकॉज असतः what is not there, atmani avidyamanasya, what does not exist in atma, hanasya vruddherva bhava udbhava swataha. So hanasya of the loss, vruddhe of the gain, so bhava udbhava meaning that neither hana, neither loss will be the result or the gain will be the result. It won't cause loss or gain. Anyato va hetvantaradva. What is asat? What does not exist in Atma? Whatever happens to that. So if something happens out there, what does it matter to me? I am Sat Swarupa, therefore whatever happens to Asat, whether it is created, not created, does not bring about any change in Sat that is in me, which is transcendent. And so, itself cannot bring about, some other cause also cannot bring about, na sambhavati iti yojana. Therefore, nothing can bring about swataha asataha bhavaha. So, swataha one's own self, anyataha from someone else. So, what is non-existent in me cannot bring about either the growth or the decay in me. Because not in me, not connected. Yadi va tayo yadi atmani astita. Suppose you accept that there is this growth and decay is there in Atma. So is there. Suppose to increase and decrease the nature of Atma, suppose. Then also what? Tava chestitena menartha. That's not going to change. If it is my nature to have growth and decay, then also your movement or activity is not going to change that nature. Therefore, so these are the various reasons why the mind should quiet down. That's the idea. Siddhyate tvacheshtaya akinchit karatvat. Siddhyate, if growth and decay is my nature, then also you cannot change it. If growth and decay is not in my nature, then also your movement or activity will not help. You won't create growth and decay. Hiyamana upachiyamanayoho atmani sambandha anirpanacha. Hiyamana upachiyamanayoho. Hiyamana, that is subject to hina means growth or decay. Upachiyamanayoho, subject to growth. Upachaya, apachaya. Atmani sambandha anirupanat. If there is something that goes through decay, or something else that because of that goes through growth, Atma has no connection with anything. That is, growth and decay are all out there. and Atma is not related to them in any way. Sambandha anirupanat, because Atma cannot have sambandha with anything. I cannot have sambandha or relation or association with anything. If there is association, then what happens there can affect me. The relation, then what happens to that also can affect me. No relation, no association, therefore also nothing can happen, no effect can happen to me. So next verse is Dhruvahyanityasana yoginaha mitascha karyam na chateshu yujyate ato na kasyapi kinchidishyate swayam cha tattvam nirukti gocharam. Dhruvaha, permanent, anityaha, impermanent cha, na cha anyayoginaha, mitasya karyam na cha teshu yujyate. So dhruvaha, tika says, sthiraha, kutasthaha, changeless. Anityaha, kshanikasya padarthaha. So if there are entities that are changeless, and there are entities that are momentary or changing all the time, nishitam anyayogino na bhavanti. The thing is that nothing can have relation with anything else. Nothing, whether padartha is dhruva, permanent, or kshanika, momentary, regardless of what it is, a thing cannot have relation with anything else. Why? Sthiranam avakaritvat. If it is kutastha, sthira, it is changeless. So relationship should influence you, but it's not going to change, therefore relation doesn't influence. Therefore there cannot be relation. Kshanikānām anya sambandha kāla paryantam avasthāna sambhavat. Now if there is something that is momentary, it has to relate to something. For relating two things to relate to each other, you need a little time, a moment for them to relate to each other. But if something is kshanika or momentary, changing constantly, then before a sambandha is established, it has changed. And therefore, sthiranam avekaritvat. If it is sthira or changeless, then it doesn't undergo any change, so sambandha cannot take place, or has no meaning. Kshanikānām anya sambandha kāla paryantam avasthāna sambhavat. What is momentary will not even survive until some sambandha takes place, with something else. Because before sambandha, it has already changed. Mitascha, however, with each other. Anyonyapi sthira asthirayoho. Alright, how about sthira? Changeless, asthira, momentary. Sambandhitvam na sambhavati. Even they also cannot have a relation with each other. Sambandhasya sambandhi sambandhatva asambandhatva vikalpa asahatvaditi. Now sambandha means a relationship. Sambandhi, that which is related. Sambandhi and sambandha. Sambandhi, sambandhatva, asambandhatva. Vikalpa is there. So either what is sambandhi is what is related. So sambandhi is sambandhatva. The one who is related and the relationship. Or what is related and relationship. That vikalpa. Sambandhi is always related. Sambandhi is not related. One thing cannot be both sambandhi and asambandhi. If nature is to relate, then it will relate. So one thing cannot have both of these. That was sthira-sthirayoh sambandhitvam na sambhavati. Sthira and asthira also cannot be sambandhi, the one with whom you could relate. Ata eva teshu na karyam kimapi yujyate ghatate. And therefore, in teshu, either sthira or asthira, the karyam, no change, no effect can happen because they cannot relate. Sambandita vikara bheda sattva nirakaranam upasamharati. So these things are negated. Sambandita, the state of being related. Vikara, the change or transformation. Bheda sattva, the presence of Bheda or the duality or the division. Nirakaranam, so nothing can exist. You can't. If you look at the nature of things, then you cannot arrive at sambandita, relationship. You cannot arrive at the vikara, change, or bheda sattva, or a bheda or the division. You cannot arrive at anything when you really look at the nature of things. So, nirakaranam, all of these things have been refuted, negated. And that is upasamaradi ataha. So, ato na kasyapi kinchidishyate. Ataha na kimapi kasyapi sambandhi paramartha ishyate. Therefore, nothing can be related with it. So, either thing is sthira, then it doesn't go under change, doesn't undergo any change. Therefore, also relationship should bring about some change. What is sthira doesn't undergo change, therefore it cannot be related. What is momentary, therefore is not available for any relationship. And therefore, so they can be related to anything else and they can't be related to each other also. The same thing will apply. Nikyamapi kasyapi sambandhi paramartha ishyate. Although we see everything connected to everything else, this is what we see. But if you analyze the nature of relationship, it's not possible. Paramarthataha na ishyate. In reality, so what is apparent is one thing, what is real is a different thing. We think that sambandha, etc. all takes place, but sambandha can't be explained between what? Sthira and asthira. Which sthira and asthira? That sambandha can't be explained logically and therefore it cannot take place. Even if you see, it is all just a projection. Nanu kasam atman anya sambandha bhava vedanta vakya pranapadi prametvaya upagamat. At least Atma is revealed by the Vedanta Pramanam. Aham Brahmasmi Tattvam Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Vijnanam Anandam Brahma. The Vedanta Vakya. This Vedanta Vakya is Pramanam, the valid means of knowledge which reveals the nature of Atma. So, Atma becomes prameya. Prameya means object of knowledge. Vedanta Vakya is pramana, means of knowledge. Therefore, prameya and pramana sambandhi is there. Vedanta, you call it pramanam. Means of knowledge. That is called pramanam, which reveals prameya or the object of knowledge. Eyes are the pramanam for revealing the color. So there is a relationship with pramana and prameya. So Vedanta Vakya is pramanam, Atma is prameya, which is revealed by them. So pramana prameya sambandhi is there. Atma has sambandha of pramana prameyatvam with the Vedanta Vakya. So how do you deny that? That the Atma is no sambandha at all. Therefore the Vakya. Swayam cha tattvam na nirukti gocharam, last line. Swayam cha tattvam atma swarupam swayam nirupadikam na nirukte vakyasya mukhya vritya gocharo vishaya. He says no. Even Vedanta Vakya also cannot say to reveal Atma Atma cannot be the Vachyartha or the literal meaning of any Vakya. No word with, Brahman or Atma or truth is not the meaning of any word. And that Mukhya Vrutya Gocharo Na Vishayana. So even you say that, Vedanta Vakya reveals the nature of Atma, does not. Meaning that Atma is not the meaning of any word. Shabda pravrutti nimitta dharma bhavad. Shabda pravrutti meaning that the application of a word can be there provided something else is jati, guna, sambandha, If an entity is possessed of this kind of attributes, then only it becomes an object of description by word. Atma is attributeless. Sabda nimitta dharma. An entity should have some dharma or qualifications, then only it can become the object of description by word. Atma doesn't possess Shabda pravrutti nimitta. Jati, kriya, guna, sambandha. So these are some of the qualifications or attributes required. Atma doesn't have that. So Atma cannot be the direct or immediate meaning of word. So that way Atma is not related to Shabda as a meaning, Kintu lakshanaya shabdasya tatra parivasanam apeksha. A Shabda becomes instrumental, not by direct meaning, but by lakshana vritti. Shabda becomes a pointer. Like a whole pole becomes a means of helping you to jump, so also Shabda just becomes the pointer. Therefore, Vedanta Prametvam Tasya, that is how Vedanta is called the Pramanam, and Atma is called Prameya, to be known by Vedanta Pramana only in this sense that the words reveal Atma by Lakshana Vritti, not by Mukhya Vritti. Tadevam durnirupa dvaita sakshina asanga advayan rupasya swaprakasataya prakashamanam swarupam shruti yuktibhyam nischitya. Tadevam, in this manner. Durnirupa dvaita durnirupa. Dvaita is that which cannot be, in fact, the nature of Dvaita cannot be ascertained that it is or it is not. Asatchetna pratiyeta, satchetna badhyeta. If Dvaita was real, then it would not be subject to negation. If it is not existent, then you won't perceive it. So you can't say it is existing or not existing. It's a rope snake. So durnirupa, Sat or Asat, none of them can be said about Dvaita, but Mithya. So Dvaita Sakshina, Atma is the Sakshi, witness of this Anirvachaniyam Dvaita. Atma is Anirvachaniyam, Dvaita also is Anirvachaniyam. Asanga Advayana Rupasya Swaprakashataya. So Atma, that is Sakshi of this Mithya Anirvachaniyam Dvaita, itself is Asanga Advayananda Rupasya. Asanga, unconnected, non-dual, Ananda Swarupa, Purna, Swaprakashataya, and self-effulgent. Prakashamanam Swarupam Shruti Yuktibhyam Nischitya. By Shruti and Yukti it has been established how Atma is Swam Prakasha, Sakshir witness of this Dvaita. Or it doesn't let a witness, just shines in its own glory. Puman Krutakritya Bhavatiti. So Puman becomes Krutakritya, becomes fulfilled. Iti Dvaitavasa Nirakarana Phalam. So all of these verses only refuted Dvaita totally and even Dvaita Abhasa. All there is Atma, not even Dvaita Abhasa. Not only Dvaita is not there, even Dvaita Abhasa also does not stand apart from Atma. So that also has been refuted. Upasamhara Vyajanaha. So now, in the pretext of Upasamhara, of this summarizing, concluding that how Atma is Svaprakasha, witness of Dvaita, and knowing that Puman becomes Kritakritya, becomes liberated, fulfilled. That is what is said by way of Dvaita Abhasa Nirakarana Phalam Upasamhara, Phala Upasamhara Vyajena and Phalam. What's the Phalam of Dvaita Abhasa Nirakaranam? Refuting the Abhasa or even the appearance of Dvaita, what's the Phalam or what is the result? So, verse 25 says, Samam tu tasmat satatam vibhatavat dvayad vimuktam sadasad vikalpitad nirikshayuktya shrutitastu buddhiman अशेष निर्वाणमुपैति दीपवत् समं तु तस्मात् सततं विभातवत् सततं विभावत् always shining द्वयाद् विमुक्तं सदसत् विकल्पितात् द्वयाद् विमुक्तं different from सदसत् विकल्पितात् Nirichayuktya Shrutitastu Buddhiman, by Yukti and Shruti, Ashesha Nirvana Upaiti Deepavat, like a lamp, that has the total nirvana, total cessation of all samsara. So Tika says, Sattva Sattvabhyam Vikalpita Advayat, Vikalpita Advayat, sorry. Sattva Sattvabhyam, because Dvaita cannot be determined as Sat or Asat. Sattva Sattvabhyam Vikalpita Dvaitat. So Dvaita, which is purely a projection, which cannot be determined to be Sat or Asat. Dvaita avabhasad satatam vimuktamiti. So that which is satatam vimuktam, ever free from even Dvaita avasa, which is anirupina, which is anirupya. Satatam vimuktamiti sambandha. That Swayam Prakash Atma is always free. Dvaita being something that cannot be determined to be is or is not, Atma, that is self-effulgent, eliminating Dvaita, is always vimukta. Vibhatvat dvayad vimuktam. Vibhatvat self-shining, vimuktam free from the duality. Satatam samam vibhatavat. Vibhat means prakashamanam, always shining in the same way, unchangingly shining, samam. Deepavata sahasaeva asheshasya bandhasya nirvanam parisamapupayati. The lamp suddenly goes off. Lamp is burning, and when the fuel is exhausted, it immediately and suddenly blows off or extinguishes. So the wise person suddenly becomes, extinguished. All the bandhan becomes, totally extinguished or destroyed. Meaning that niriksha yuktya shrutitastu buddhiman. Buddhiman, the wise person, seeing this truth which is constantly shining in its own glory, yuktya, with the help of yukti, as shruti and yukti, shrutya and yuktya. Ashesha nirvana upaiti deepavata. Like a lamp, then the wise person also, a total cessation of samsara he attains, like a lamp attains a total cessation, of light, meaning that it gets extinguished totally. Here the fuel is ignorance and vasanas, so all of these things are completely burnt out in the light of knowledge, and therefore nothing remains for the wise person to find him. Nirikshana nirvana. So immediately is nirikshana nirvanayoho vyodhanam nakimapesti. Knowledge and nirvanam, there is no gap between them. Knowledge and nirvana are simultaneous. Like coming of the light and the dispelling of darkness are simultaneous. Not that light comes and there is a moment for the darkness to get dispelled, and so also nirikshan, the knowledge, and the cessation of bondage is simultaneous. उक्त लक्षण से आत्म तत्व से निरीक्षण के विषयत्वेन अविषयत्वेन वा. The nirikshanam that you talked about, the darshanam that you talked about, of the Atma Tattva, which is satatam vibhatavat dvayad vimuktam sadasat vikalpita dvayad vimuktam. So that Atma Tattva that you describe, nirikshanam means the knowledge, darshanam. Kim vishayatvena avishayatvena va. Does the wise person know the self as an object of knowledge or avishayatvena as not an object? Chaitanyam sarvagam sarvam sarvabhuta gubhashayam yas sarva vishayatitam. So vishayatvena avishayatvena va. Jignasayam avishayatvena. Why you use the word darshanam? Darshanam means seeing or perception. And perception generally presupposes a perceiver and a perceived. So darshanam word can have that kind of a, because we have to use the words from our day-to-day usage. And so darshanam is the word that is used for knowledge. And darshanam, there is a drashta, drushya, darshanam, that duality is involved, in the vyavahara. So is that duality involved in the knowledge of Atma also? So next verse is Avedyamekam yadananyavedinam kutarkikanam cha suvedyamanyatha nirikshachetam tvagunagraho gunam Nayati moham grahadosha muktitaha. Avedyam ekam yad ananyavedinam kutarkikanam suvedyam. Kutarkikanam suvedyam anyatha. So says, Sarvasakshi pratyegatman anyat na bhavati advayam brahma iti. Atma sarvasakshi pratyegatmana. Pratyegatma, the innermost self, that is sarvasakshi, witness of all. Witness means that shines in its own light and therefore everything gets illumined. Anyat na bhavati advayam brahma. Advayam Brahma is not different from the self-shining Sarva Pratyaya Sakshi, the witness that illumines all the Pratyayas. Brahman is not different from that. Iti ye vedinaha. So those who know the identity of Brahman and Atma, tesham ananya vedinam. So ananya prokte gatiratra nasti. Kathopanishad says that when the teacher unfolds the truth as ananyam, as not separate from his own self, or not separate from the self of the student also. So ananya vedana, those who know Brahman as ananyam, not separate from the Atma, the very nature of the self. Anyatha, vedena vishayata, those who are different from them. So ananya vedyam, Anyatha bhedena vishayata vedinam. So those who know Brahman as the very self, and those who are different from them post that, who know Brahman as the object of knowledge. Kutarkikanam svavedyam parichinnataya sujneyam. Kutarkika, those people who use the logic, all right, but to arrive at some conclusion different from what the Shruti says. So Kutarkika think that Atma is substance, having certain properties, ichha, dvesha, etc., etc. And Suvedyam parichinnataya sujneyam. Or Kutarika means one who has not properly used the reasoning to understand what the Shruti says and concludes that Atma is an object of knowledge. It can be known like Ghatapata. So Suvedyam, Yadi Manyase Suvedeti. Kenopanishad says that the teacher confronts the disciple, challenges, if you think that you know Brahman very well, you know just a fraction of it. So therefore, Kutarkikana, that means that you have not used your reasoning properly. Therefore, mimamsyamte, you must better still deliberate upon that. So Kutarkikanam Savedyam, those who use the wrong understanding, they think that Brahman is Savedyam. They too take a Devata or something like that to be Brahman, and they say there is a Sakshatkara of Brahman. Parichinnataya sujneyam, but that will be parichinnam. Whatever you even Bhagavan also, if you realize, it will be parichinna or limited by your own senses. Shastra Vikti Vishara Prayasa Vina Sodinusarana Sukha Bodham Ityartha. So Yukti, that is provided by the Shastra. Shastra Yukti Vichara Prayasam Vina. You must deliberate upon this based on the Yukti provided by Shastra. Without that effort, Swamati Anusarana Sukha Bodham. By their own mati, their own conclusions, they think that Brahman is easily known as an object of knowledge. But they think Saguna Brahma is Brahman. Guneshu, Sattvadishu, Savikareshu, Graha, Abhiniveshu, etc. Gunagraha. So Gunagraha. Gunagraha means Guneshu Graha. Graha means Abhinivesha, means deep attachment. So Guneshu, Sattvadishu, Savikareshu, Graha. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, these gunas are there, from which the upadhi is made basically. So those people who are identified with the upadhi. So those who look upon themselves as limited beings, and therefore they think that Atma is limited. Na gunagraha, agunagraha paman. One who doesn't have that gunagraha or identification with guna means what? Dehadi abhimanahina iti yavata. So by guna is meant the three gunas, the upadhi which is made of three gunas. And by graha is abhinivesha, identification. And so, agunagraha, the one that is free from identification with the upadhi which is made of the gunas. Dehadi abhimanahina iti yavat. The word of the abhimana, identification, the upadhi beginning from deha. So, agunagraha, agunam nirvishesham atma tattvam ittham avedyam ityadi uktarupam niriksha alochya. For that one. So, agunam nirvishesham atma tattvam. So, one who is not identified with the guna or his own upadhi alone can appreciate the Atma that is also devoid of all the gunas. Guna means sattva, rajas, tamas, all the visheshas, agunam nirvishesham. Itham, they know, avedyam ityadi yukta rupam. So whatever is said about Atma, avedyam, ekam. So what is said about Atma here and in this text? Niriksha, alocha, samam tu tasma, satatam vibhavat. dvayad vimuktam, sadasad vikalpa dvayad vimuktam nirikshya, Same niriksha which came in the earlier verse, so niriksha here also. Ittam. Ittam means what? Avedyam, ekam. In that manner, niriksha alocha. Seeing, knowing the Atma Tattva as deliberated or as described here. Chakarad aparokshata anubhuya. First niriksha alochanam and then realizing them as their own self, as an immediate reality. Moham nayati. And that vidwan agraha. So agunagraha, one who is free from the identification, na moham yati, no more attains, gains and becomes deluded. Nayati moham, last line of verse 26, graha dosha, why? Graha dosha muktita, because of graha dosha mukti. What is that? Graha rupa doshat muktita. So the fifth case, mukte, because he is free from the dosha of the nature of graha. Mohetu ajnana tarkabadadityartha. So those which create delusion, moha, misunderstanding, confused understanding, ajnana tarka. Ignorance and the reasoning. You want to arrive at something by your own reasoning because they have given up that ignorance and they have given up their own personal thinking and they are thinking in keeping with what the Shruti is revealing. Agunam nayati moham. These wise people who have known Atma as described here in keeping with the yukti, in keeping with Shruti, and who have gained the upadesha from the teacher, they no more attain moha or delusion. Those who have known Atma as delineated here in this text. Kasmadevam mahata prayatnena avishayatya brahmatma vedana vishyate. Evam mahata prayatnena. In this manner, with this great effort, avishayata, you are making so much effort to know Atma as avishaya. Usually we make effort to know something, to realize that as a vishaya, object of knowledge. Here you are making all these effort, exertion for knowing Atma as avishaya, as non-object, as a subject. And why? So, Brahmatmana Vedana Mishyate. So what's the reason? What's the reason why you want to make such a great effort? Ultimately, to know the Atma as a subject, not as an object. So what is Ishyate? What is desired? Tatra, so verse 27 says, Ato nyatha nagrahana shaishyate vimoha buddher graha eva karanam grahopyehetustvanalastvanibandanah grahopyehetustvanalastvanibandanah yatha prashantim paramam tatha vraje. Now concluding blessing. Ata anyatha na grahanasha ishyate. Other than this, there is no grahanasha. Other than what we have said. Atah ukta vidhanat atmajnanat anyatha anyasmat hetvantarat prakarantarat. That as we have delineated here, you have to know the Atma as the self, as Brahman as the self. Atah ukta vidhanat. So, by means, method other than what you have stated. I forgot to refer to that statement from Kenopanishad, Yasya matam tasya matam, Yasya matam yaschana vedasaha. Yasya matam, one who doesn't know, he knows, and one who knows does not know. So that was avijñātam, vijñātam, vijñātam, avijñātam. Those who know, they do not know, those who do not know, they know. This is how Kenopanishad stated. That was referred to there. Ukta vidhānāt ātmajñānat anyatha. Anyasmāt hetvantarat prakārāntaratvat. Atmajnanam, other than Atmajnanam. See, there is no way of becoming happy and free in our life other than the self, knowledge of the self. Anyatha, by means other than that, anyasmat, hetvantarat, there is no other means of becoming happy, prakarantaratva. No, there is no method, of becoming happy. Na grahanasho mithya jnana nivritti ichyate. So other than knowledge of the Atma, the grahanasha, mithya jnana nivritti, nice. There must be mithya jnana nivritti. The ni should be added in there. That is what I think. Mithya jnana nivritti. So there cannot be cessation of mithya jnanam other than this, by knowing Atma as one's own self, as Brahman. Other than that, the mithya grahanasha means graha means mithya jnanam, so that mithya jnana nivritti. Because we have mithya jnana in our life. We are born with mithya jnanam, understand? Ajnanam is in the form of mithya jnanam. Ajnanam is not just the absence of knowledge, it is the false notions, which is what creates all these problems. And that false notion will not go unless you have the right knowledge. Nanyah panta vidyate ayanaya. That ayanaya for moksha, there is no other way. It is Shruti. Therefore, Atmajnanam, self-knowledge, is the only means for becoming free from ignorance and the false knowledge and gaining freedom and happiness in life. Mastu tarhi grahanasha iti. So, without grahanasha, there is no mukti. All right, let there be no grahanasha. Meaning, let there be no mithya jnana nivritti. Let there be no cessation of false knowledge. What will happen? So says, vimoha buddhehe graha eva karanam. Grahe sakarane sati vimoha buddhehe. As long as graha is there, mithya jnanam is there, so vimoha buddhehe deha gehadau aham mameti avidya abhinivesha dhiyah. Because of mithya jnanam, then what happens is, deha gehadau, in the body, in the house and all these things, aham mama. When Atma is not known in its true nature, when I don't know myself who I am, I'm going to take what is anatma as Atma. So that's how we are born. Not knowing Atma, the self in its true nature, we of course need to know what Atma is, or something else is taken as Atma. So Deha, Geha, Geha means house, etc. All this is taken as Aham. Deha is taken as Aham. Geha is taken as Mama. Ityadi Abhinivesha Dhiyaha. This is Vimoha Buddhi. This kind of a buddhi, this kind of a notion of having Aham Buddhi in Deha, Mama Buddhi in Geha, what does it do? Sarva anartha bija bhutayaha. Which false notion of taking body as I or the possession as mine, sarva anartha bija bhutam. So that causes all the anartha, all the suffering. Otherwise, then all main suffering is that the limitation of the body is taken to be limitation of Atma. We are not even talking about the pain and stuff like that. Main problem is that our body, that whatever you call I, is extremely not just limited. It is insignificant. What I call mine also is insignificant. Although I may think I'm a billionaire, it's still insignificant with as far as the limitless that I am. And therefore, anartha bija. Take calling this body as I, calling my wealth as mine, I can never become free from a sense of insignificance, can never become free. Regardless of how big I become by way of body and possessions, I remain insignificant. It is sense of smallness, lack, want, insignificance, that's what is the problem, that causes the sorrow. And all the conflicts born of that. Because I try to become free from sorrow by acquiring and whatever as I understand, and that sorrow remains intact. Dhiya means of that notion, sarva anartha bija bhutayaha anivrutti syat. So that which is the cause of all suffering, that remains intact. As long as true knowledge does not come, as long as false knowledge is there is going to be ahankara, aham buddhi in the deha, mam buddhi in the geha, and therefore a sense of smallness will always remain, limitedness, lack and want will remain in Atma, so the anartha will not go. If anartha is because something is there or not there, no, nothing causes anartha other than my notion about myself, that dhiya, that notion. Anirmoksha prasanga iti. As long as his graha is there, mithya jnanam is there cannot be moksha or freedom. And there cannot be happiness. Freedom is happiness. Nanu bhavatu grahanashat mohanasha. Grahanasha, all right. So when grahanasha happens, then mohanasha happens. So let us accept it. When mithya jnana vritti happens, then mohanasha happens. But how does grahanasha take place? Grahanasha eva kutaha. How does grahanasha take place? Brahma jnanadi chet. Answer, by Brahma jnana. Then the Purva Paksha na jnanat ajnanasya nivritti sambhavat grahanivritti karanam anyat eshthavyamiti. Knowledge can only remove ignorance, it cannot remove the mithya jnanam. Light can only dispel darkness, it cannot do anything else. So knowledge only can remove ignorance. The mithya jnanam, all false notions are a problem in our life. Therefore, graha nivritti karanam anyad eshthavyam. Therefore, for false knowledge, you must find some other reason. Ignorance can go by knowledge, but you must have some other means to remove all these false notions. Because ignorance can go, false notion can still remain, and therefore you are miserable like before. Iti ashang, therefore you must have some other means for eliminating this false knowledge. Iti ashankya ajnana karyatvat. What is it? Grahasya tan nivruttau swameva nivartate ajnana karyatvat grahasya. This graha mithya jnanam. Mithya jnanam is purely the result of ignorance. Ignorance goes, therefore the product of ignorance, mithya jnanam, also will go. When the light comes, then knowledge of rope takes place and the snake also disappears, which was the product of ignorance of rope. So also with the knowledge of self, all the notions born of ignorance also will go. Ajnana karyatvat grahasya. Graha mithya jnanam is purely the result of the ignorance. When ignorance goes, then this graha mithya jnana also will go. Swayameva nivartate iti. So graha or mithya jnanam will get dispelled on its own. When the darkness goes, then the furniture in the room, etc. is seen, then you are not going to be toppled down. See, what happened is because you were walking in the dark, you didn't know what is where, you were toppling down. When the light comes, then not only everything becomes clear, but then you are no more going to topple down. So the effect of darkness also goes. It is sadushtantamaha. So, grahopi ahetuhu tu anilahatu anibandana yatha prashantim paramam tatha vrajed. So, dushtanta is given here. Ahetuhu nirupadanah upadana nivrittau punah prarohetu abhavat paramam niridashayam shantim upashantim moksha lakshanam vrajed ityartha. Anyway, the Drishtanta is not explained here, but if you look at the verse, Analaha tu anibandana yatha prasantim vrajed. Anindhana, that's what it is. Analaha tu anindhana. Indhana means fuel. So fuel-less fire. Yatha prasantim vrajed. Just as fire, there is cessation of fire. So also, when hetu, the mithya jnanam, born of ignorance goes away, then there is paramam prashantim, there is moksha. So punah praro hetu abhava. And once the anala is put off, it's not going to, because the fuel is gone. Therefore fire will not come on its own. So also fuel, ignorance is gone, therefore the mithya jnana will not come on its own. Punah praho hetu abhavat. So upadana nivrittau. Just as upadanam for fire was fuel, when there is not there, fire cannot come into being again. So upadanam of samsara was all this graha or mithya jnanam, which was the product of ignorance, and when they have gone away, mithya jnanam cannot take place and samsara cannot come. Paramam shantim vrajed, paramam niratashayam shantim upashantim moksha lakshanam vrajed. That is how the wise person attains the supreme peace, or a cessation of all the anarthas, cessation of all the suffering, and therefore establishment in one's own fullness and ananda is what the wise man achieves when the mithya jnanam caused by jnanam goes away. So that's how the teacher concludes, with the result of the... So, kasmadeva mahata prayatnana avishadaya brahmatmana. The question was, what is to be gained by knowing Brahma as avishayataya with all this effort? This is the reason that you become completely liberated from samsara and get established in the freedom, which is your own nature. Prakarana samaptau guru namaskarupam mangalam acharati. Prakarana samaptau, completing this prakaranam, this chapter and the whole prakarana grantha also. Guru namaskaram mangalam acharati. The Adav Guru Namaskara was not quite, we haven't seen Guru Namaskara, but anyway, Chaitanyam, Sarvagam, Sarvam, etc. So, but Mangalam Acha, Prakarana Samapta. Now Namaskara to Guru is here offered in conclusion of this Prakaranam, this chapter or this Prakarana Grantha. So verse 28 says, Vimathya vedo daditas samudhritam Surair mahabjayastu yatha mahatmabhihi Tatha amrutam jnanamidam hiyaih purat Namo gurubhyah paramikshitam chayaihi Iti bheshaja prakaranam. Vimatya. Ved udadhitaha. Vedodadi is the ocean of Veda. Vimatya, by churning the ocean of Veda, like churning the Kshir Samudra ocean of milk. Samudradam Suraihi, just as the Devatas, they retrieved the ambrosia by churning the milky ocean, so also Mahatmavihi Suraihi, Surayatha Suraihi, just as Devatas did that. Great Mahatmas also, they churned the ocean of these scriptures and brought out the Amritam, ambrosia of this non-dual truth. Tatha Amritam Jnanam. So this Jnanam is this Amritam ambrosia. Yahi Pura Samudradam. So those who have thus retrieved this ambrosia of the knowledge from the ocean of scriptures by those great people, Namo Gurubhya Paramikshitam Chayehi. So not only they retrieve, but Paramikshitam. Those who also knew the Param, that is one thing. So not only they were wise people, but they really, how they helped mankind, or their upakara on the mankind is that they used their great intellect in extracting these ambrosia of knowledge from the ocean of these scriptures. So they knew the truth, and for the benefit of the mankind, they extracted this ambrosia of the knowledge from the ocean of scriptures. So Tika says, Yatha Suraihi. Nahi. Okay. Yatha Suraihi Devaihi Mahatmavihi. Just as Suraihi by Devatas, Mahatmavihi by the great souls, Mahabde Kshir Sagarat Amrutam Samruddhatam. How they retrieved the ambrosia from the Kshira Sagara, the Devatas. Pura Purvam, in the ancient time, Tatha Yehi Mahatmavi, similarly, by which those Mahatmas by whom? Guru Vihi, the Gurus. Namo, Maharshibhyo, Vamsashibhya, Mahadvyo, Namo Gurubhya. Yes. Vedurupat Udadita. So Vedodadi, Vedurupat Udadihi, Udadita, the ocean of the nature of Vedas. Vimatya, Alodya, having churned, Idam Prakana Rupena, Maya Prakashitam, Jnanamritam. What I have done is only what they gave us. They in fact churned the ocean of the Vedas and retrieved this ambrosia of the knowledge, which is what I have presented here in this text. Jnanamritam, the ambrosia of knowledge. Jnanarupamritam, ambrosia, the form of knowledge. Samudrutam, they have retrieved, they have taken out. Pura Purvam, Tatha Yehi Param, Paramatma Tattvam Cha Ikshidam. So not only they extracted the ambrosia of the knowledge from the ocean of the scriptures, but they themselves had the vision of Paramatma. Ikshidam Aparokshikritam, they knew the Paramatma as their immediate self. Tebhya Gurubhya Namahiti Yojana. To those gurus, my namaskara, my salutation. So this is one explanation. Athva yehi gurubihi nimitta bhutehi maya param chekshitamiti yojana. So param chekshitam. Now that is karmani prayoga. That param, the Paramatma was seen, Paramatma was recognized, realized by those gurus or by me. Because of whom, by me also, the Paramatma has been realized. Yahi Gurubihi Nimitta Bhutehi. All these gurus became nimitta for me also to realize the truth. param chekshitam. Of course, they knew the param, and by whose grace I also knew the param. Iti yojana. So that is how also the words can be interpreted. Tasmad atmagnyam hyarchet bhutikama ityadi shrute. Yam yam lokam manasa samvivati tam tam lokam kamate astu. What is it? Yam shikaman tam tam lokam jayate tam shikaman tasmad atmagnyam archet bhutikama. Because wise people, whatever they sankalpa they do, that becomes a reality. Therefore, you better please them. You serve them. So that is what I did with them, and that's why by their grace I have gained this knowledge. Tasmat atmagnyam hyarchet bhutikama ityadi shrute. That's what the Mundaka Upanishad says. Nirapeksham munim shantam nirvairam samadarshanam anuvrajamyaham nityam pujayam angrirenubhi. And Mata said these words anywhere earlier. And this, it Bhagavad Vachanach, this is the which Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. Nirapeksham, munim, shantam, nirvairam, samadarshanam. Describing the bhaktas there, or the Mahatmas, the Jnanis, the wise people. Anapeksham, Svichidaksha, Anapeksha, Svichidaksha. So, there was no apeksha at all. Most non-demanding. Munim, those who are always contemplating upon the Atma. Shantam, those enjoy the total tranquility. Nirvairam, and therefore they have no enmity towards anybody because they see themselves, see the self in everyone. And one entity with whom I cannot have any enmity is myself. Samadarshanam, because they see the self in all, and therefore, even though everything is Vishamam, but still, the samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. So that which obtains equally in all the beings, things and beings. Lord Krishna says, such Mahatmas, aham anuvrajami, I follow them, I walk behind them. Nityam, I always walk behind them. Puyayam angri renubhe. Angri means that lotus feet. So that the renu or the sand or, that flies from their lotus feet, that I will be purified by the... Because I guess this was all in Vrindavan, etc. So, or on the bank of the Yamuna, where there is a beach and therefore a lot of the sand. So I will become purified by the sand flying from their lotus feet. And therefore, I always follow them. So, even Lord Krishna says, I become purified by them. Iti yuktamatra guru sugnya pujanam ityartha. When Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavatam, then it is quite appropriate that guru sugnya pujanam, that the text is concluded with the pujanam of the nature of namaskara. So, pujanam or worshipping of the nature of namaskara is quite appropriate. Iti ekonavimsham bheshaja prakranam. So this is the bheshaja prakranam, 19th prakranam is concluded. UpadeshaSahastriyam vivrataya mahatmabhi shraddhaveshan mayapyasya padayojanika krita. Yam UpadeshaSahasri mahatmabhi vivrata vistruta. This UpadeshaSahasri has been vivaranam. Vivruta means mahatmabhi. But the great Shankaracharya ji, this UpadeshaSahasri has been thus expounded. Shraddha vesad mayapyasya. The Shraddha took over my mind, and therefore I also did this Padayojanika Tika. So this Tika is a Padayojanika. All it does is Pada means the words. So words are just arranged properly and explained. Anyway, that's the name of the Tika that the Tikakara has given, Padayojanika. Shraddha vesad mayapi. Because of the Shraddha, Shraddha aveshad, Shraddha overtook me. And therefore, by me also, this Padayoganjitika Tika was composed. Samasta Vedasa Rahasya Gadya Padya Prabandhataya Avodaha Kasannu Madhurung Mati Bimbita Syat Atha Vibhaktya Hamihat Smitundunnaha. Samasta Vedasa Rahasya Gadya Padya Prabandhataya Avodaha. Samasta Vedartha Rahasya, Vedartha Rahasya. The Rahasya, the secret of entire Vedas, Gadya Padya Prabandhataya. So this text, which is composed both in Gadya and Padya, in prose and poetry, Avabodha. So to explain this Grantha, the text of the nature of the prose and poetry, Kathannu Madhuring Madhibimbidasya, that Avabodha, the knowledge contained in this text, which reveals the Rahasya, the secret, the Guhya of all entire Veda, how can it ever appear in my mind? Katham nu madhuring mati bimbidasya. That Rahasya, the truth, how can, in my mati, which is so limited, how can it ever appear in me? How can I ever know the meaning of that? So how can it reveal itself in my mind? Athapi bhaktyaha mihami nunnaha hamiasmi nunnaha. Athapi, even then, bhaktya, it is bhakti which has made this possible. Aham asmi nunnaha. Nunnaha means what? I am preritaha. And bhaktya nunnaha. I am only motivated by the bhakti, and that is why this has happened, So as Mahimna Stotra also says in the last verse, first, पहली पंक्ति जो है ना, कृश परिणित चेता क्लेशवश्यम क्वचेदम क्वचतव गुणसीमा उल्लंघिनी शश्वदृद्धि इति चकितममन्दीकृत्य मां भक्तिराधात् वरदचरणयोस्ते वाक्यपुष्पोपहारम्. That your Ruddhi, your glory is infinite. What's your Mahima, vast, and what is my Buddhi, so little? How can I ever even indulge into trying to describe glory? But my bhakti compelled me to do that. Chakitam amamandikritya. I was totally, chakita means I was totally lost, confused. But my bhakti again gave me the strength and gave me, so amand. And therefore I am offering this Vakya Pushpopaharam, the garland in the form of the Vakya at your feet, O Lord. So here also, my mati is so limited. How can this knowledge ever shine in my mind? But then, still, it is by bhakti that bhaktya prerita. Therefore, I was motivated by bhakti, and that has been done. Hrudyantara vishlutarātma mūrtehe tatha gurūna vipula prasādād yatha kathanchid rasitena vishnuhu anentusyatu akhilantarātma. Hrudi antara avishkruta Ramamurte. So apparently looks like Lord Rama is the Ishtadevata here. His name is Ramatirtha anyway. So Lord Rama is the Ishtadevata. Hrudyantara avishkruta. Sri Rama, Lord Rama, who manifest in my heart. Tatha guruna vipula prasadad. And also by the abundant grace of the gurus, the teachers, guruna of the teachers. Yatha kathanchid rachitena. I don't know how this has happened, how this tika has been composed, I have no idea. Yatha, in some way the tika has been composed. Vishnu anena tushyatu akhilantaratma Vishnu. May Lord Vishnu, who is self of all, may he be pleased with satisfied with this effort, of mine. with all humility, with all bhakti, and with all surrender, the Tikakar also concludes his Tika. This Srimad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Srimad Shankar Bhagavad Pujapad Krutau Sakala Vedopanishat Saropadesha Sahasryam Padya Prabandha Samaptaha. Iti Srimad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Srimad Shankara Bhagavad Pujapad Krutau. Kruti means a composition. Composition of Srimad Shankara Bhagavad Pada. Sakala Vedopanishat Saropadesha Sasara. Sakala Vedopanishat Sara, which is the essence of the Upadesha of the entire Veda. The UpadeshaSahasri, which Upadesha is given in these 1000, let us say, verses. So Padya Prabandha Samapta, the Prabandha, the poetry composition is now concluded in this way. So that is how the text UpadeshaSahasri is concluded here. Iti Srimad Shankaracharya Krita UpadeshaSahasraya Padya Prabandhasya Padayojnika Tika Krishna Tirtha Shishya Rama Tirtha Virijata Samapta. So Rama Tirtha is the disciple of Krishna Tirtha. And Gadya Padya Prabandha UpadeshaSahasri, which is composed by Srimad Shankaracharya. Of that Padya, the poetry section, the Tika or the commentary is called gloss. This is what the Tika means, gloss. I don't know what gloss is, but anyway. So Padayojanika Nama Tika Samapta, very well concluded. Samyak Apta, very well concluded. कागड़ क्या है हमारी बात से? अच्छा, ओके.
તો 3 થી 7 બોલીને પછી પહેલાથી બાકીના બોલીશું આપણે. નમામ્ય ભોગી પરિવાર સંપદમ નિરસ્તભૂતિ મનુમાર્દ વિક્રમન મૃદિત કાલ લાંછનમ
વિના વિનાયકમપૂર્વ શંકરમ યેષામ દિસૂર્યદીપ્ત્યા प्रतिहति महगमत् नाशमेकान्ततो मे ध्वान्तं स्वान्तस्य हेतुर्जननमरणसन्तानदोलाभिरूढे येषां पादौ प्रपन्ना श्रुतिशमविनयैर्भूषिता शिष्यसङ्घाः सद्यो मुक्तास्थितास्तान्यतिपरमहितान् यावदायुर्नमामि. आशैलादुदयात् तथास्तगिरितः भास्वद्यशो रश्मिभिः व्याप्तं विश्वमनन्दकारमभवत् यस्य स्म शिष्येदम् आराज्ञानगवस्तिभिः प्रतिहतः चन्द्रायते भास्करः तस्मै शङ्करभानवे तन्मनो वाग्भिर्नमस्यात् सदा. वक्तारमासाद्ययमेव नित्या सरस्वती स्वार्थसमन्वितासीत् निरस्तदुस्तर्ककलङ्कपङ्का नमामि तं शङ्करमर्चिताङ्घ्रिम्. उद्धृत्य वेदपयसः कमलामिवाप्तेः आलिङ्गिताखिलजगत्प्रभवैकमूर्तिम् विद्यामशेषजगतां सुखदामदाद्यः तं शङ्करं विमलभाष्यकृतं नमामि. पदवाक्यप्रमाणज्ञैः दीपभूतैः प्रकाशितं ब्रह्मवेदरहस्यं यैः तान्नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. यद्वाक्यसूर्यांशुसम्पात प्रणश्रद्धान्तकल्मषः प्रणम्यतान् गुरून् वक्ष्ये ब्रह्मविद्याविनिश्चयम्. शान्तं प्राज्ञं तथा मुक्तं निष्क्रियं ब्रह्मणि स्थितं श्रुतेराचार्यवान् वेद तद्विद्धि स्मृतेस्तथा. स गुरुस्तारयेद्युक्तं शिष्यं शिष्यगुणान्वितं ब्रह्मविद्याप्लवेनाशु स्वान्तध्वान्तमहोदधिम्. विद्यया तारिता स्मो यैः जन्ममृत्युमहोदधिम्. सर्वज्ञेभ्यो नमस्तेभ्यः गुरुभ्यो ज्ञानसङ्कुलम्. वेदान्तवाक्यपुष्पेभ्यः ज्ञानामृतमधूत्तमम्. उच्चहारानिवद्यो नः तस्मै सद्गुरवे नमः. આજે પહેલા બે શ્લોક, પહેલા બે આગળના પાને પહેલા બે શ્લોક સમજે. प्रमत्तवज्रोपमयुक्तिसंवृतैः श्रुतेररातेन शतशो वचोभिः ररक्षवेदार्थनिधिं विशालधीः. नमो यतीन्द्राय गुरोर्गरीयसे विमथ्यवेदो दधितः समुद्धृतं सुरैर्महाब्धेस्तु यथा महात्मभिः तथामृतं ज्ञानमिदं हि यैः पुरा. नमो गुरुभ्यः परमेक्षितं च यैः. आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। આવતા સોમવારે 1 તારીખથી બ્રહ્મસૂત્ર શરૂ થશે. 1 તારીખ પણ ખરી. સોમવારથી શરૂ કરીશું, નવા વર્ષે શરૂ કરીશું, 1 તારીખથી શરૂ કરીશું. ચાલો બધું થઈ હા પહેલેથી શરૂ કરી, પ્રારંભથી શરૂ કરી.
येषां संस्मरणा